Hi, this is the website Billy Bob Bob, the HTML blob. This video is about box shadow. Let's go to the article about box shadow. This is the article about box shadow. First you see some pseudo CSS explaining the structure of the box shadow declaration. Then you have some text with some links to interesting sites that talk about this topic. Then you have a piece of JavaScript code that tests whether or not a browser supports box shadow. Then you have a link to this video, and below that you see a widget. First you see all the knots and buttons you can use to alter some values. Below that you see the example text, which you can change in this text box here. Let's change it in Billy. And below that text box you see a text box for the produced CSS code. Let's go back to the color picker for the background color. This color picker changes the color of the surrounding box of the box for which we produce CSS. So this background color is copied into the produced CSS as a comment. You will have to get it out and put it in the right place in your CSS if you want to copy it. Let's set it back to white. No, it's not really white. Then we have a color picker for the box color. This determines the color of the box we are manipulating at the moment. Then the text color you can change in the same way. Let's put it to a little bit darker. And you can manipulate the font weight, the font size, the font family. And now we are at the line about which this widget is really about, the box shadow line. You can manipulate the horizontal offset. Positive values are to the right and negative values are to the left. Let's put it back on. You know what? Let's keep it here. Let's make it positive. And you can manipulate the vertical offset. Down is up and up is down. So let's go up, down, up, whatever. You can see the blur factor. This is a positive number from no blur to, of course, a lot of blur. Let's put that one back so you can see what the spread does. The spread, a bigger number makes a bigger shadow and a smaller number makes a smaller shadow. It can be negative till you really don't see anything at all anymore. Let's create a new line by adding on the green plus and delete the old line by clicking on the red minus. There's also an inset. You can see what this option does by clicking on it. It switches on and the shadow moves into the box, and if you click again on it, it switches off and the shadow goes down. You can add some multiple lines and make some nice effects. Let's make a little effect. Choose as background black. And box color black, the text color, let's make it white. And take white and yellow as colors for the two shadow lines. The first one we make the numbers more positive. We make them bigger. As you see, it goes down. We blur. And the other one, we make them negative. And we blur the color. As you can see, you get some shining effects around the box. This is not really a nice effect, but I'm quite sure people who have more feeling for design are able to make a better effect. I hope it's clear about which this page is. Bye.
Hi, I'm Billy Bobob and I approve this message.